you entered Curry 1, then you are correct. But Curry Flurry is kind of a cool name for some kicks. Maybe a new one? Maybe the next one? The My Team Unlimited Tournament Finals are happening this weekend, March 19th. On Last Gen, we have Splash versus Swaggy P. Holmes. And on Current Gen, also known as Next Gen, we have Ty Devo versus Definitively. So in this episode, we're getting to know all 4 finalists. First up, Current Gen.
Today we are joined by someone who is finals bound in the My Team Unlimited Tournament. Definitive, welcome to 2K TV.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I was stressing just watching out. The big question is, how are you doing, my man?
Oh man, it's crazy, to think that all the time on 2K, all the nights playing and labbing, it was all worth it,
Explain what kind of 2K player you are and how much time and effort you put into My Team.
I didn't really start playing competitive My Team until the pandemic came around in the beginning of 2020. Started playing My Team, started being more active in Twitch chats and, meeting people in the community. Last year in the qualifier, I actually slept through one of them, so I wasn't able to get in.
Well, I'm glad you set that alarm clock, because here you are, finals bound in the tournament. 50 grand for sure. You have an opportunity to win 200 grand, but you're going to be facing off against Ty Devo, who was, of course, last year's defending champion. What's your game plan going in against the former champ?
Ty is another good friend of mine, going back to when I first started playing 2K20, there was this joke that I could beat everyone, but I couldn't beat Ty. So there was...
Up next, the Nets taking on the Hawks. For the Nets, they have been building confidence with each and every game. Every team they face knows they in turn have to bring their best if they expect to beat them. Hawks, Nets, coming right up after this. Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA Basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, these the new power rankings. They tell a great story. Look at Portland. They've climbed all the way up to the 2nd spot.
And for the Nets, they've just kind of burst out of the gate here with some fire, feeling disrespected by pundits who overlook them as a top team.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Clint Capella's game is based on activity. He said, I'm going to outwork you the whole game. Maybe it's not on social media, but it's efficient. I'm not thinking I want to look nice or I want to make a nice move. I'm thinking about dominating the paint. Guys, I'm thinking about dominating sideline reporting.
You already do. You and he are winning players. David, thank you. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Collins and Capella make up the inside pair. Young and Bogdanovich, they have the guard duties. And it's Hunter in at the 3 slot. And looking at the Nets, Seth Curry is out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Ben Simmons. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot. Early on here, Greg, we already see some second-year players looking much improved over their rookie season.
Yeah, and if you put in the work, you're not guessing as much. You're comfortable now with the speed and physicality of the game. And I know I cut way back on my turnovers at the start of my second year.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
It's Bogdanovich on the wing. A putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, that's where John Collins sets up shop down in the paint, quick and athletic, able to corral the miss.
Simmons finds Curry. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
Yeah, he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
To the middle, here's Bogdanovich, and the basket is good.
Bogdanovich, we saw a little bit of this during the All-Star weekend. He can play with a little bit of flair, and he's confident when he starts to show those signs.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. And stolen by Bogdanovich. Pass to Hunter. Collins looking around. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. In his first game after starting in the 2020 All-Star Game, Trae Young had an incredible night, dropping 50 points against the Miami Heat.
And Young became the fourth youngest NBA player to get to 50. Only Devin Booker, LeBron, and Brandon Jennings got to 50 in a game at a younger age. Perhaps the most impressive part of Trae's performance, he did it against Coach Eric Spoelstra's Miami Heat, one of the top defensive teams in the league.
Yeah, put some students in the classroom because that's exactly how you move the ball. Kyrie terrific at spotting the open man, and then you got to get it to him.
Now, here's Collins. 11 points last game. Irving attacking. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. That one goes. Count it.
Nice mid-range J. Automatic, it looks like, for Kyrie Irving right now.
Hawks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. It's Young on the wing. He's covered by Irving. Young dishes to Collins. 6 on the shot clock. Hunter, the pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Doesn't get any easier than this. Capella's work ethic is what allows him to get those dunks.
Drummond dishes to Durant. Over Collins. And there's Katie. That's good on the assist by Drummond.
Look, they're not going to play a perfect game, but so far they are 5 of 5, and the D has to be concerned.
Young against Irving. And there's the pass to Hunter. That 3 off the mark.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Irving. Again, the Nets for 2.
Boy, do they look sharp. I mean, everything falling for them.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's a whistle. He did not want to hear his second foul, and we're not even out of the first quarter.
LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for the Nets. Now, here is Young, coming off a stellar performance against Washington.
You're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Nets passing it around. Here's Curry with the 3. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 3 assists now in this one. The Hawks trail by 9. Now, here is Young to stop the run. That will not get it done. He's 0 for 2. And Simmons gets the bucket.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And so Young will bring it up for the Hawks. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you can see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
Harris is checked in for Drummond. Okongwu's checked in for the Hawks. Alinari comes in for Collins. And Aldridge slams it in.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. And they knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
And talking with the coaching staff, they said in that game they did a great job of not settling. Keep working the ball around, finding the best look. Let's see if they can keep that up.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Kevin Huerter comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's right in for Young.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
And that one's good. Right.
Gallinari at that size can do a little bit of everything, and I like to see him dishing the rock.
Simmons passes to Harris. From outside the arc, the basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got assist number 5 here tonight.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass. Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be, that could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Simmons dishes to Durant. Over Gallinari. And he overshot that one, missing. The Hawks trail by 14. Here's Herter. And sent back by PD.
Wow, the large wingspan of Durant on full display. What a block there.
And the Nets another 3.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Herter passes to Wright. By Durant. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. Here's Harris. Lays it up and banks it in. Harris has got 5.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
So here's Gallinari. After the basket by Brooklyn. Okongwu kicks to Gallinari. Passes it to Herter. 5 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. Rebound, Brooklyn. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Yeah, and that one, their rebounding was the difference. Big disparity between the two teams.
Yeah, I'm not sure if their last game was a basketball game or a wrestling match, the way they went about it. Just so physical and dominated there.
And 101 left to play in the first. And that one's good. Hunter.
Well, the footwork for Hunter there was really solid, able to catch and shoot.
Right against Simmons. And he banks in the leg. He has 6.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Hunter with it. He's picked up by KD. Hunter against Harris. Hunter, the pass to Gallinari. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Easy to forget that sometimes Gallo is 6'10", so skilled and is aggressive down there, making the D get physical with him.
The Atlanta shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. That free throw good from Gallinari.
You know, the Gallinari nickname, Gallo, did you know that's Italian for rooster? Look it up. It's fact.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Blake Griffin. He's checked in for Aldridge. Johnson comes in for Kevin Durant. Bruce Brown. He's checked in for Harris. And Thomas subbed in for Seth Curry. Gallinari hits them both. 27 seconds left to play here in the first. Thomas finds Simmons. Down low, here's Griffin. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 6 assists here tonight.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Williams. Right outside. His 3-pointers off the mark. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. The 3-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Nets.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
They've also racked up a ton of points off of turnovers so far in tonight's game.
And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. And this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against this club this season. Last year they came out on the losing end.
And Simmons is out there with Brown. Then it's Thomas. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Griffin in at center, locking down the middle. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter.
One thing you love about stars like Danilo Gallinari is how they remind you that basketball is truly an international game.
And especially, GA, for Gallinari to want to come over and play against the best in the world. It wasn't about achieving MVPs and accolades in the Italian league. He wanted to stack up his skill set versus the best small forwards and power forwards in the NBA, and Gallo has had a remarkable career as a professional here in the States.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Atlanta Hawks are back. Last season, they won the Southeast Division for the first time in 6 seasons. With quality players at every position, things are starting to gel. Trae Young said, "This feels good. We just have a lot of belief in each other." Guys, they are poised to be good for a long time.
Well, they've clearly made the turn, David. Thanks. And that one's good, Irving.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And competition is at the root of all sports. Certainly sometimes, you know, things get chippy. And as a player, Greg, how do you handle that aspect when emotions and physicality get going?
Kevin, you're always taught to control your emotions, but easier said than done. And in reality, sometimes you have to man up. You have to let it be known that you're not going to accept things. And at the same time, you got to be smart. So the goal is to beat the other team, not literally. Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Now, here's Bogdanovich, another guy who really kicked it up a notch for them in that Wizards game. To end the run, the dish now to Collins. Bucket is good. Collins has got his second basket.
Well, Bogdanovich can score, but where he gets real dangerous is when he becomes a playmaker like that.
Irving with the ball. And guarded by Capella. A nice shot by Irving.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
To the paint. Here's Williams. A beautiful reverse layup.
So unselfish there. Young doing a good job of finding the open man.
Irving looking over the floor. Brown finds Thomas. Pass to Irving. Shot clock at 6. A 3-ball. That's good for Thomas on the assist by Irving. Irving's got 4 assists now tonight.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Young passes to Capella. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already.
Young knows his range to answer his opponent.
Pass to Drummond. Back to Irving. Shoots from the elbow. Here's Drummond. And here's Brown outside. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Outside Collins. Back to Williams. And it's Irving with the rebound. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on an 18-7 run. Young with the steal. And a fast break for Atlanta. Young with the ball. Wants to get it to Collins and does. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Man, so impressive. Collins way up for that one.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And one of the bigger names in free agency, John Collins, ends up re-signing with Atlanta. Didn't see too much of a bigger market for him during the process. And he fits in so well with the future of this team.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Drummond. Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. Joe Harris is checked in for Brown. And it's Seth Curry in for Thomas. Clock at 4. Here's Aldridge. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Back to the basket. Sometimes more facing up is Aldridge. He excels right there down in the painted area.
Feeds it to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
That's a defensive breakdown. You can't let him get that deep.
Yeah, how do you let him get a lounge chair down there and be comfortable in the paint like that?
Irving finds Curry. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 5 assists in the game.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Now, here is Young. He has 5. Collins dishes to Bogdanovich. Back to Collins. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And the dunk by Capella.
Big man John Collins seeing the court that time.
Capella's gotten all 3 of his shots to fall for him. 3 for 3. Curry against Bogdanovich. And here's Harris from the arc. Drills the 3-pointer. Harris has got 8.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
Collins, good.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
KD looking around. Over Collins. And it's good off the back rim and in. He's got 10.
It's just lethal. Once Kevin Durant gets into that spot, he can rise up, and it's pretty much going to go in. Just can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Irving finds KD. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Yeah, they're relying on their 3-point shooting and getting a pretty good result.
Young pass to Collins. Irving against Young. Again, the Hawks score.
Ridiculous handles there. How effective is he at creating opportunities?
Irving from long range. And the Nets, another 3.
He just exudes a love of the game, guys. You can see it in everything he does. This guy lives and breathes the game.
And finished off by Collins.
Solid night so far. Confidence rising in this game.
Irving kicks to Curry. The tray. Durant down low. He's guarded by Collins. A nice shot by KD.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Hunter with it. 11 points for him in that last game against Washington. He dishes it to Young. Over Irving. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Young's got 7 points for the quarter.
Trae Young does not need much time or space.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Brooklyn ahead, running away with this one. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. KD, you're running and gunning out there. How much fun is it when the offense is flowing like that?
Well, I think this team is very well disciplined, and they do all the details, and we just wanted to play harder, man. And I think we got some steals, got some fast break points, and we playing together, everybody touching the ball. It's just fun when we playing like that, so we got to continue to do that.
KD, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. A tremendous start for Kevin Durant. He ended up with 15 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
What a brilliant, unselfish half of basketball they just played. Their ball movement was absolutely impeccable. All in all, just beautiful basketball to watch.
And Shaq, how about what you saw from the Hawks?
They've been struggling to get shots in general, but down low, they've been soft. They just giving up way too many easy looks. If they can't protect the rim more effectively in the second half, it's going to be a long ride home.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And on the floor for Nate McMillan starting the second half. And in at the forward positions, Hunter and Collins. Young and Bogdanovich, they have the guard duties. And it's Capella in at the 5 spot. It's Durant on the wing. Over Collins. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in. That is all timing right there. Just led him perfectly.
And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit. That will kick off a 6-game road trip for the team.
Well, KD, an awesome job there, just sharing the rock with his teammates.
Atlanta's shooting a tremendous 61% from the floor, hitting on all cylinders. Hunter kicks to Bogdanovich. Collins against Simmons. And Collins gets double-teamed. Here's Capella. Capella, great positioning on the putback.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch. And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
Moving against Young. The pass to Curry. Wants to get it to Simmons and does. Outside for Curry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Irving. Again, the Nets for 2.
Feels like he's taking nothing but shots he knows he's going to knock down. Kyrie playing sharp here.
Young's shot is off.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Drummond finds Curry. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Curry's got 11 points.
Yeah, 80%. Is that a good number from the field? I think so. 4 of 5 here shooting. Terrific start.
Lobbed up there for Collins. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
and just getting more and more dangerous on the pick and roll situation. John Collins with a smart play there.
Growing up in a military family, John Collins moved around a lot as a kid, Brent, getting to experience different parts of the world.
Yeah, interesting upbringing. Born in Utah, moved to Guam, lived in Turkey, was in the U.S. Virgin Islands. That's a lot of life experience for any kid growing up, let alone a guy who's trying to find his way in competitive basketball. And John Collins, maybe playing soccer on all those military bases has helped out that footwork a little bit, Kevin.
Here's Bogdanovich after Ben Simmons' bucket. Young looking it over. Three-pointer. Good on the three-point shot. He's got 12.
And Trae Young will bury threes in bunches. So effortless.
Irving kicks to Simmons. Durant in the corner. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Now here's Simmons following the miss shot by Bogdanovich. And that one's good. Drummond.
You can tell how comfortable Drummond is down there. Excels at using that size in close to the basket.
Young with the ball. Guarded now by Irving. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Here's Durant. Lays it up off the glass. KD's got 20.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
It's deflected, and it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Griffin comes in for Drummond, and Thomas subbed in for Kevin Durant. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Williams is checked in.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Here's Griffin, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Clint Capella.
Well, Griffin not shying away from the contact. As he's elevated his game, he understands he's going to see a bunch of physical play.
And with so many entertainment options these days, Brent, the NBA not shy innovating to attract and retain viewers. Where do you sit with that? Keep it the same or be creative?
Well, I think the league does a great job of being creative, and I think that Adam Silver does a really good job of not just being a leader, but being a listener. And there's tremendous participation between the Players Association and the commissioner and the ownership group to continue to press the way that the game is played, try to innovate in the way that the game is broadcast, and it'll continue to do those sort of things to draw in the fans that love this game and are invited to that kind of competition.
And he gets it to go. Harris has got 10 points in the game.
And, you know, over time, we've seen Harris become much more assertive. Have to respect how much he believes in his jump shot.
And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Brooklyn.
For your Nets, LaMarcus Aldridge.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Brooklyn Nets. And Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, and when Simmons is driving inside, he's going to sky up for the flush, getting to the basket in no time.
Now here's Williams. Double team on Williams. Here's Herter, guarded by Harris. Can they get it? And it's off the back rim, no good.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
So it's Atlanta now, following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Right inside. Simmons is there, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Wright's got his second basket of the night.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Double team on Aldridge. Gallinari with the steal. Fast break, the Hawks. Throws throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, fast hands from Gallinari. Can't say he's fast on the break, but he ignited it.
Here's Simmons, drives to the hoop.
And really the story of this second half. One team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
Well, this team did something at halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one's on Johnson. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
Now here's Simmons. He's got 12. In the corner, it's Harris. There's the three. Atlanta with the rebound. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Now Williams. With one on the clock. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. And so it's Brooklyn holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle. But you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Bruce Brown is out there with Johnson. Then there's Ben Simmons. Then it's Thomas. And it's Harris in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. The Hawks shooting an efficient 53% from the field. The feed now to Johnson. It's hauled in by Brown. Passes to Johnson. Harris, right side. The shake. A terrific move by Johnson to score. Johnson's got his first basket.
Well, the strength of Johnson, they're hard to contain, adept at scoring despite getting bodied up.
Williams passes to Johnson. Inside. And it's Johnson with the jam.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding and rising up off the ground.
Thomas against Wright. Right side Thomas. And that one good.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead. Calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Now here's Thomas. Kicks to Johnson. Here's Brown, and he converts the layup.
Second chances are a great measure of what a team is doing in terms of their effort on a nightly basis, and that was some serious effort there.
Here's Herter. Outside Williams. Brent is someone with on-court and front office experience. Just how valuable is a good relationship, do you think, between the players and a team's executive leadership?
Well, Kevin, I don't think it's much different than a good friendship. You know, take it away from the court and think about things in your life that impact you. It's somebody that shows that they care for you beyond what it is that you bring to the table. And that's the most important part about earning and trying to gain trust with the players that you bring into any program, is that you want to let them know that you care, and you want to let them know that you have interest in them as people first. And if you can get to that point, that foundation and platform to build out a player and to have him grow with the organization. That's a priceless relationship.
At 6'11", with his passing skills, Simmons will always find the open man.
Here's Williams. On the wing, Johnson. He's covered by Brown. 6 to shoot. Right for 3. That shot, no good. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Simmons passes to Brown. Looks for Thomas, gets it to him. Nets passing it around. Johnson against Simmons. And he hammers that one right down into the face of Jalen Johnson.
And the amazing moves of Simmons. He's just so much fun to watch with the ball in his hand.
An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
When a player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Harris. Mills comes in for Thomas. And it's Dragic in for Simmons.
And nice court vision from Dragic there to get a great look at the bucket.
Williams scanning the floor. Shoots over Dragic. The Hawks again can't hit.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Buries the long-range jumper. Mills has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And it's right with the ball for the Atlanta Hawks. Johnson kicks to Williams. And with the 2020 class, we saw your teammate, Tim Duncan, get inducted into basketball's Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I loved hearing some of the stories that other players and coaches and competitors had around going up against Tim, and the reverence, the respect, that they could never rattle him. It's so cool to hear those stories from the outside, having been a player so fortunate to be on the inside and understand what made him tick, what made him great, and just how special he was as a leader for so long for that Spurs organization.
The shot's good. Luwalu's got his first points of the game.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Wright outside. Pass to Williams. Back to Wright. Dishes it to Johnson. He kicks it to Williams. Nice D from Griffin. Brooklyn's gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. To the inside.
Last 2 minutes to play. Fourth quarter.
Brown finds Griffin. Outside Dragic. And here's Mills for 3. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Mills has got 6 in the quarter.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Here's Luwalu. And it's blocked by Brown, and they'll keep possession. And Jang gets it to go.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Nets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season. And what a huge standout performance it was
for Ben Simmons.
And with all these assists, it's obvious how well that he can see the entirety of the floor out there. If an easy bucket is to be had, he'll find it.
Here's Dragic following the score by Lou Williams. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
So it's the Hawks now. Following the basket by Blake Griffin. Right. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
His second personal.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
At the line for the Hawks. DeLon Wright. At the line with 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Wright. He hits both from the stripe. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Luwawu. He takes it in.
Nets foul. Blake Griffin. His first foul. Third team foul. Shooting for Atlanta. Timothé Luwawu-Cabarrot.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Katie, what was the big thing to secure this win?
I like how active we were on the defensive side of the ball to start the game. We made shots tonight, and it's always good when you make shots. It brings more energy into the building, and I'm glad we got a W.
You earned it, man. Thanks very much. Back to you guys.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.